Vice Chair.
Right. Here.
Debbie Dean, here. Alderman Kathy Hank, this is excused. Steve Rubus.
Here.
The department is excused, and Anita Robinson is on line, I believe. Is she?
Here, present.
We're gonna need you. Stay online. All right, thank you. Approval of agenda, please.
Second.
Who's the man? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you. Approval of minutes from July 8th.
So moved.
Matt and Steve again. Any questions or comments? If not, motion to approve the minutes. By saying, signify saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, opposed, motion carried. Thank you. We're gonna kick it off with a public hearing. And Rebecca is gonna give us a little background before we do the public hearing. Rebecca, please.
Thank you. So today we are here to have a public hearing on proposed tax increment district number 32, the Pines. This TID is proposed in need of rehabilitation and conservation. It comprises approximately 10.10 acres of property that's located in the east central area of the city. Namely, it's bounded by North Dan's Avenue to the east, North Banner Street to the south, Highland Park to the west, and Morrow Street to the north, which you can see on the screen there. The district will be created to pay for costs associated with development incentives for an infill development that will consist of 41 single-family market rate homes by Broadway Realty LLC. Within the project plan, eligible project costs include development incentives, property acquisition, site preparation activities, utility and infrastructure improvements, street and streetscape improvements, and administration. Along with the proposed costs included within the project plan are those within the proposed boundary, as well as those within a half-mile radius of the proposed boundary. Upon financial analysis and consultation with Ellers, who is our TIP consultant, staff has determined that the project meets the but forecast and that the development wouldn't occur but for the TIP assistance. So I think before we open the public hearing, it would be wise we have Harry Allen here from Ellers to provide a little bit more in-depth information on this TIP. So, okay, if that's
A motion to open the meeting, please. I'm sorry, are you ready? Okay, motion to open the meeting, please.
second.
Motion and a second to open the meeting, all those in favor, saying aye.
Aye.
Motion open, please.
He's actually online.
Yep.
Harry?
Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. Harry Allen with Ellers. Thank you, Rebecca, for the introduction and for that good summary of what the city is trying to do here with tax increment district number 32. So the map is shown here on screen. This is a single parcel TID. It's 10 acres. And as Rebecca mentioned, it's being developed as infill development for single family residential. So with it being in need of rehab or conservation district, it does have a 27-year life. And the primary cost of this district will be providing a pay-as-you-go developer incentive. So the city is not putting any money in upfront. The city is agreeing to this pay-as-you-go structure where Broadway Realty, the developer, will have to construct these single-family homes, create the new value, generate the increment stream, and then they will be able to recover some of their costs through that increment stream over time. So the incentive is capped at $2 million, and that's really set based on the expected cost of road, pedestrian, bicycle improvements, various other infrastructure for sanitary, storm, water, kind of the whole gambit of the infrastructure that needs to be built on the site in order to make it developable for that residential use. So moving on to the next slide here. I know that everything's a little tiny on here, but line item 1, that is a primary cost of the district. That is that $2 million pay-as-you-go development incentive. And then line item 3 at the bottom is ongoing planning and admin costs for the city. And then all those items as number 2, those are potential future costs that the city could incur within the half mile of the district boundary. So just to back up one step, the approval of a tax increment district takes several approvals by several different boards. And the process actually started earlier this morning with the convening of the Joint Review Board, which is made up of the overlapping taxing entities. And there was some discussion at that meeting this morning about some of these half-mile costs. So we do expect to revise some of these to have it a little bit more focused on the costs that are providing a direct benefit to the district, such as the improvements to Dance Park. There is a bridge needed on Henry Street. Um, and we'll do a further review of what other projects in here really do provide a direct benefit to the district. So we do expect some changes to those future costs that are listed here when this does make it to council. So if we go to the next slide here, this can kind of give you a feel for what these costs are going to fund. So on the left side is the district costs directly. So the red lines are where we expect that infrastructure to be built out for the streets and the underground utilities. And then in the north, there's stormwater ponding. So this will be costs that are fully fronted by the developer. They will install the infrastructure and then create additional value by construction of the homes, and they'll be able to recover their infrastructure cost over time from that increment stream. The projects on the map on the right are those projects not within the district boundaries itself, but within the half mile surrounding the district. So these would be costs that the city would pay for when that increment revenue stream creates enough money to incur these additional costs. Moving on to the next slide here, giving an idea of what we expect on both the value side, we're expecting around 11.3 million of equalized value to be created by this development. So when we turn that into increment over the 27-year life, we do expect to collect around 5.1 million in increment over the life of the district. So looking at that pay-go of being 2 million, we are expecting there to be a surplus of around $3 million of increment within this district, which is why we're looking at what half-mile project costs could be funded with this one. And then looking at the cash flow here, we kept this really high level just for the known projects right now. So on the left is that 5.1 million of increment coming in over time. And then the only cost we're showing right now are the ones per that development agreement for the $2 million pay-as-you-go incentive. And then those annual costs that the city would incur to keep the district open. So for audit, state filing, any staff time that's charged to the district, things of that nature. So on the whole, we do show that the district would recover its costs by 2040 if only the pay-go is paid out. If half-mile project costs are incurred within this district, I would expect that time to push out. And then this last slide here is just giving you a reminder of that multi-step approval process. So it did start with JRB this morning, bringing it before you all for the public hearing and consideration later on the agenda today. And then from there, it would be forwarded to Common Council for action on September 16th. And then the Joint Review Board will have the final say on whether the but-for test is met on this one. And we just scheduled that for October 13th. That's all I had on tax increment district number 32.
Questions for the developer? I think as far as equalized value, that one of our people looked at that and agreed with that.
Yes, we evaluated.
Okay. Okay, the numbers are good. Other,
I wanted to decide the developer. I was designing.
Right, system.
Contractor. Oh, I see, yeah. Consultant.
okay, so I'm sorry.
Yes.
Questions for our contractor? If not, make a motion, entertain a motion, go back to regular order business.
Move.
A second by Ed. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. All right, so we are now in the public hearing. So I'm asking, is there anybody in the public that would like to make a comment in regard to the resolution establishing the boundaries of approving the project for taxing increment district 32? Anybody from the public would like to make a comment in regard to tax increment district 32? Are there any comments from the public in regard to tax increment district 32? If not, public hearing is closed. And we'll move on to agenda item 1. Which is consideration of possible action on a resolution establishing the boundaries of and approving the project plan. The tax increment in District 32, the Pines. Questions? Comments?
No, it actually seems really straightforward. We're at 41 new homes, property taxes, empty piece of land today. I'm assuming we don't have a lot of parcels sitting around the city anymore that in old 41 new homes.
No, this is
These are pretty rare.
an acre site that's still considered infill, right? Because it's fully developed
Around it, but
we don't really have too many uses of it.
It sounds like homes are gonna be on smaller size. So.
And of course, we like pay as you go. Go for it out, but this is the very good.
so I would make the motion that we adopt the resolution to establish tax increment District 32, the Pines, and adopt the project. Second.
Motion, and second, by motion by Matt, second by Steve. Questions or comments in regard to the motion? If not, all of the favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Thank you. Very good. Number 2, consideration of possible action to approve a planning option with 36 real estate, 360, I'm sorry, 360 state solutions, real estate LLC until December 31st, 2025 for development of 200 North Monroe Avenue.
All right, so we've been at the table on this property a number of times. The latest planning option we had was with 360. Real estate development, and their option ended in April. At that point, we sat down and talked with them. They were struggling with coming up with a plan that was working with this traditional one big multifamily with the townhomes. And suggested that maybe we should look at this site a little differently and look at phasing to the development. They're just two big uses of it. So at that point, they went out and put together this kind of plan that they've had so far. We've also continued to encourage them to try to seek out a grocery for downtown, and we're working on that as staff.
Good, good.
To try to find a grocery for that site on the hill. But so they've come back to us now with this proposal. It's actually, the planning option is ended in April, so it'll be a new planning option. They like to start until the end of the year, December. I just pushed it down to our January for the dates on the bottom. With that phased plan in mind, and Jeremy Nowak is here from 360, and I suggest we don't move forward. Go ahead and explain what this is.
Motion open the floor, please.
I'll make that motion.
Matt,
I'll second.
Debbie, all in favor of the motion to open the floor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Aye.
Please. Give us your perspective.
Yeah, hello. Thank you for having me here today again, and sorry I'm not there in person. As our team was looking at this, we had the one building with some townhomes on the site. It was a big building, and one of the challenges was the absorption for that many apartments at one time, as well as the capital stack. And so we met with the mayor and staff a couple months ago and looked at how can we break this down into a more phased approach. And so we went back with our architects and engineers and developed this plan. It's really a 3-phase plan to help with the absorption of the new apartments coming online, as well as looking at that targeted grocery. And we did reach out to several different brokers in Milwaukee and Madison, as well as some direct conversations with other potential end users there, and have not had a lot of luck with that, sourcing a grocery component there. So the intent now would be to really work on developing 3 different term sheets and 3 different development agreements for the 3 phases of the site, and really be intentional and methodical of bringing one phase on at a time over the next 2 to 3 years. depending upon how the market absorption goes. So the intent here over the next couple months is to continue to work with staff to develop the term sheets and get the economics where it works for everyone, and then have a development agreement ready to go by the end of the year with an intended groundbreaking in spring of 2026 on phase one. I would note that on the plan, we have the townhomes starting as phase one. And that's a placeholder, so we will continue to work into this, provided that we're granted the option to plan the site. And so we may look at, from just a starting point, phase one may be one of the larger mixed-use mid-rise buildings on the site. So that's a little bit to be determined as we continue to flesh the plan out.
Okay, so the biggest difference, this planning option versus the previous one, you're breaking it up into phases. All right?
Correct.
And bottom line, you got a banker behind you.
What's that?
You have a banker behind you.
Yes, yep. Well, and that's a great point. So if you look at one project or one phase on the site, if it's a $45 million project, I'm just using arbitrary numbers. It's very different loan terms of a $45 million project versus three $15 million projects. And so your pool of financial options becomes much greater by breaking it down into smaller chunks. So the capital stack changes and ideally becomes more favorable. The other part of that is if interest rates change, we can capture some of those benefits if they are reduced down the road. So we get a little bit of interest rate averaging, for example. And so ideally, things become more favorable as we go here. I think the anticipation is that the financial climate will get better. And so we can capitalize on that rather than be locked in right out of the gate for 3 years. We can have that ability to utilize and capitalize on that hopefully decreased interest rate as we move forward.
Good points. Questions for the group, for the developer? Yeah, please.
Question.
Yeah, please.
Question about the grocery component, Are you still trying to maybe recruit that Asian across the street? Or is that out?
No, we're open to all options.
I don't think that's.
Well, we haven't spoken with that group for a while since they pushed around. And they haven't approached us, but that doesn't mean that we're out for that action. I think we're willing to look at what we've got.
And I was wondering, how is the grocery store going downtown, Jeff? I guess. Jeff Perkins. How's the grocery store doing downtown?
So which grocery store are you referring to?
But isn't there that little grocery downtown?
So I think what is anticipated for Monroe Street would be more significant than the former grocery store at City Deck Landing.
Oh, it's not there anymore.
Correct.
Oh, I drove by and it looked like it was open.
So it is open. The business model has changed. So it's
Oh.
more of an event and retail, but it really is not a downtown grocery as a downtown resident would require.
Okay, all right. Okay, that's my question.
There's no question in my mind, there's a business opportunity here with all the properties and people coming downtown. I just can't believe someone hasn't jumped at that opportunity yet,
Right.
but I'm confident they will. Other questions or comments?
I will just say and add in that with my industry contacts, the grocery business is extremely difficult right now, just as a whole across the board. And so, with project costs being where they're at, and their margins continually becoming more and more compressed, and that business being challenged, it's a hard sell from our standpoint. And so, like I said, I've had very candid conversations with, and I'm just going to be open here. Quick Trip has a model in Eau Claire and in Madison, and we approached Quick Trip about potentially looking at a convenience store only, no gas component, and they were not interested, primarily because of the economics of that model. I did have conversations with Festival, and they have not to this date expressed any interest in looking at that. Obviously, they've got a large presence in Green Bay area. And so we're continually trying to turn over stones in that regard. But just as an FYI, that business model is in a challenging state right now across the country.
Okay.
Thank you.
Great business opportunity for somebody, but we'll see. Any other questions or comments? And Steve will be abstaining. I'm sorry.
No.
I hadn't been wrong about it.
Different.
Yeah, I was thinking, right,
All
yeah.
right, right. So Steve will not be able.
Oh, right on.
Very good. Anyway, other questions or comments?
None.
I think this time that we have to work on, through this planning option. We're gonna get our housing study, our update in October, which will give some indicators on housing, which will be good. And then also we give us time to look at how we might wanna split this block up. So if we're gonna do it in 3 phases over time, maybe selling those parcels. So.
And that's probably my biggest concern now that this has come back as hey, in 3 phases is the idea that potentially one phase happens and then it gets stuck and the other 2 don't, and then we have lost control on the property. And so didn't want to get the cart in front of the horse before the development, but that's kind of the stuff that's in.
And those are the things we do.
I guess a big part from our perspective is the confidence level from staff.
Well, I think this is a great development team, and they've done a lot of good work. They've been with us for a while, and they haven't said goodbye, which is great. Thank you for that, Jeremy. So I think we're fortunate.
Yeah, please.
I would add that 360 Real Estate has a solid record in other markets. And they are interested in Green Bay, have been for years. And this is a developer that when they succeed at this site, they are fully capable of taking on other projects, and we anticipate that to happen. So, downtown Green Bay knows this company well, and would support this. I think it's prudent to consider the phased approach to the development. It mitigates some of the risk to the developer. At the same time, some of the units, whether they go apartments or townhouses, they have that period of time to absorb those units. This is an outstanding developer, a great plan. It's high time for this location.
Yes.
And we're pleased that they've invested significantly in the planning. And if they move toward breaking ground, we're ready for this to discontinue to be a vacant parking lot with weeds growing through the asphalt.
Excellent, Tom. Thanks, Jeff. Other questions or comments? Otherwise, I will entertain a motion.
What's the floor? Oh, do we need to close the floor?
Oh, I'm sorry. Absolutely. Motion to close the floor, please.
So move.
Second.
Second by Deb. All those in favor, saying aye.
Aye.
Thanks, Cheryl. Okay, now we're back to regular business. Any other questions or comments? Otherwise, I'll entertain a motion.
I move to approve the planning option with the 60 real estate resolution of December 31st, 2025.
I change that to January. That's the January, so don't have it in the 2-week limbo.
Correction. Correction. Until January 13th, 2026.
There you go.
Clarification, you're amending the item first, and moving it, you're asking to amend it,
Yes.
amend it.
Exactly
Yes.
what's happening here.
You're gonna amend it first and then
Yes.
approve it second,
2 votes.
yes.
The third one.
2 votes, 1 for the amendment,
Okay.
1 for the.
What's the amendment?
To change the date to January 13th, 2025. I think that was what
The
we were.
paperwork says January.
Well.
You're in the motion.
My recommendation is. Don't see.
The
Is
agenda.
that what
Yeah, it does.
it's being?
The agenda item says January 13th, so I'm just trying to understand what the amendment is.
So the agenda item is.
The request for December 31st. The staff recommendation is January 13th.
I see down in the recommendation,
Right,
I'm with
so-
that, it says January 13th.
Right.
Got it.
Okay.
No big deal. We did. Come on.
No big deal.
We read it. Okay, all of their saying aye.
I,
Do we have a second for someone?
No, we didn't second.
I would.
Steve second that. Okay, no. All those in favor of the amendment, signify by saying aye.
I,
Opposed, motion carried. Okay, now for the motion itself.
or,
Approval as amended.
the action, it's been amended, it's been approved.
Approved as amended.
Approved as
Approved as
amended.
amended.
Motion to approve as amended.
Second.
Motion by Deb, and second by Matt. We will approve as amended. Any questions or comments? If not, all those in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, motion carried. Thank you. Very good. I'm actually, it's very exciting, very exciting. And that's a great approach, phasing it in.
Too exciting.
Yeah, yeah. Number 3, consideration of possible action to adopt an affordable housing extension resolution for taxing from the District 12 I-43 Industrial Park. And Rebecca, please.
Thank you. So with this agenda item, we have a recommendation to consider adoption of an affordable housing extension resolution for tax increment district number 12. That's our I-43 industrial park. TID 12 is a 20-year industrial TID that was created in September 6th of 2005. So being 20 years, it's set for expiration coming up here September 6th of 2025. With that in mind, Wisconsin statute does allow for the city to extend the life of a TID for up to 1 year. To allow for that incremental property taxes from that additional year to be put toward housing, improving the housing stock in the city. So that's what we're looking to do today. I will add the caveat that no less than 75% of those property taxes from that additional year shall be allocated for affordable housing. As proposed, this extension would extend the life of the TID for 12 months from the date of municipal resolution. So it's going before council on the 19th. So in essence, it would extend that life through August 19th of 2026. Allowing for that final year's increment, which would be collected in January of 2027 from the 2026 tax roll, to be then transferred into the TDA fund. We did something similar with TID 4 last year, so you may recall. With this extension, it would generate approximately $3.4 million that would be able to be transferred into that TDA fund, which could be put to great use for the housing stock in the city. So what we're asking for today is to approve the resolution that would essentially extend that to for the 12 months. And then we would have to come back before that 12 months is over and then adopt the termination resolution this year.
Okay. A couple of general comments. One, this has been extremely positive and industrial park. Absolutely, everything about it. Question I got, is there a lot of land left in it? Anybody know? I don't think so.
No, there's really not much. Yeah, it doesn't matter for this approval, but generally speaking, yes, the real developable parcels that the city owns.
Yes.
Well, there are none.
Okay.
There's some undevelopable parcels
Okay.
with wetlands on it.
Right, that's what I thought.
Is there any housing?
Into 12, no, I don't believe there's any at all.
The
So,
resolution with housing is something called an industrial park.
nope, so these funds could be put toward any
Pot of money.
project city.
And correct me if I'm wrong, didn't we do something just like this? Is there another part of that industrial park that's in a different TID? Yeah, have we done something like this out in this, because didn't we do several of these, right, where we take the increment, roll it into affordable housing, like about 3 of them?
Not in
A
this
year ago,
area,
2 years ago?
We did,
It's
as
for-
Rebecca mentioned, TID
We
4
did
last
round
year.
1, which was 7 and 8, maybe. That carried over a little over $1 million, and then just recently, this newest one added another 600,000 in detail. Right, so those would be.
We just haven't done anything out of the industrial park in this regard.
Not for how affordable housing, we've done allocations to other kids.
Yes.
Okay,
Because there was additional funds remaining in that as a fund balance.
that's what I've got. There.
Ah.
Perfect.
You pay attention.
And our answer in this area is the
I
grand,
knew there was money that went out of that TID.
this is our answer in this area is the Grand View Industrial Park. I mean, that's where the new expansions are. Yeah.
Yes, yes, we have that created.
Yep,
No.
absolutely.
Okay, all right, I move to approve, to adopt the affordable housing extension resolution for tax district 12I-43 industrial park. Here. Do I have to do that? No,
I think it's.
to extend it for you. Okay.
Second.
Okay, motion by John, second by Matt. Any questions or comments in regard to the motion? If not, all those in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye. Opposed, motion carried. Thank you. That's exciting. It has been an unbelievable part of this. Very, very successful. Very successful. Okay, number 4. Consideration of possible action to issue final payment for the KI Conference Center 2-24 West Rotunda repairs to IEI General Contractor, Inc. That's Stephanie.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Steve.
This one I think.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so per DPW rules, they always have their final payments approved by the governing body. That way, if there are any warranties or anything like that, this is the date that it would start. So there was, this project was to repair the West Rotunda. There was some water damage due to a fire line, and this was all repaired, and this is the final payment for that. We are also seeking reimbursement from what would have been the Hyatt at the time. Their insurance is going to hopefully reimburse us for a portion of this also.
This was the big water.
Yes.
We had. And we discovered, we hired BSA to look at that whole area.
Right.
We needed some additional work done along with the repairs that was warranted, so it would freeze up again.
Sure, absolutely.
The entire project is completed, it's been paid, so this is just the authorization. For
Right. And the total cost was 377,408, is that right? And we were hoping to get reimbursed from Hyatt 272,000. Okay.
And all of that's been submitted to the insurance. That's just an insurance review now.
Yeah, I know insurance. Okay.
It's in the mail.
It's almost like utilities.
It's check in the mail. Well, there's a shame. Checked in the mail. Questions or comments? And then I will entertain a motion.
I will make the motion to approve the final payment for KICC 2-24 West Rotunda repairs to IEI General Contractor.
The motion. Is there a second? Steve, is that voting? Steve abstaining? Oh. But then Deb make a second. Any questions or comments in regard to the motion? If not, all those in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. And we got somebody online saying aye? Yeah, yeah, so that. Can we need that vote? All right. I think so. I think we get a vote there. Yeah. But anybody knows?
Renita, you're muted. Could you unmute yourself and
Yeah, please.
give a vote?
Or a thumbs up.
Or a thumbs up.
Yeah, or thumbs up. Yeah, thumbs up word.
Great.
All right. So everybody's in favor of it, so the motion is carried. Thank you. All right. Number 5. Consideration with possible action and delegation of signature authority limited by the chairperson to the executive director. No doubt that's Cheryl, and you and I talked about this, but go ahead, please.
Yeah, so the director, even before me, actually have been executing the documents. Satisfying it was a mortgage and so on, things, people wanting to use our land. And we sign a waiver and those types of things. And by our law department thought that we should actually get that in writing, put that in file, so. This delegation of signatory authority allows me the ability to sign this.
That you've been signing, your president, groups have been signing. I would make a motion to do this.
Huh? Yeah, of course. Long Lacy's bird dogging it.
It's limited, it's limited.
It's limited, we're talking about, it. I'm comfortable with it, absolutely. The last thing Will's gonna do is hold up markers, okay, yeah, that is not our objective.
Second.
Okay, a motion and a second, all those in favor, saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Like that, this is my bird dogger, so I have no problem. No, it feels like my teeth. Okay. We are down to, I had no questions with the financial report or check register, I don't know if anybody else did. Okay, director's report and project updates.
Yep, so you have your tracker in your file, so you've gone over that. We continue to work on the fire station flats. Which is bad, if she's not a project. Hoping to bring you a development agreement either a special meeting in August or September. RDA meeting, we are also continue to work with Peter Nugent on a project on Cherry Street, 222 Cherry. Going back and forth on the development agreement with that one as well. That one includes the land in front of the city there. Swap. Is there anything else that's happening right now?
Went through finance committee
Yeah.
and common council, but we did officially approve the acquisition of the State Street property, formerly W. Colvin Drop Forge. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I anticipate that will be transferred to the Redevelopment Authority in the future, for us to facilitate future redevelopment of that site. After the lease with W. Colvin terminates.
Yes, any updates from downtown?
I noticed that some construction equipment has arrived at the US Bank site, so it's great to see Keller Mills on site. Beginning some pre-construction activities. That will be a very welcome additional 66 marker 8 units on completion.
Beautiful, excellent.
And the trail work along the East River Trail is underway. So that is will be a very nice amenity, nice addition to the Main Street District when it's completed.
Sure, excellent, thank you. Yeah, Leah. Yeah,
Hi, I'm here. We have a new Halloween store just so we can stop thinking of this heat we're in and think of fall coming up pretty quick. So they opened in the Green Bay Plaza in one of our two big vacancies. So those vacancies are both full or will soon be full. So come visit us.
excellent, thank you. Brooke, Brooke's a bit busy over there. All right. Anything else, any questions for staff, comments? Not, our next meeting will be September 9th. I will entertain a motion to adjourn. So moved.
Yeah, Ken.
All in favor, so we say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Let's go shopping.
I get it.